Heller strikes again. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And let's talk about this. Heller, for those of us in the gun community know exactly who this person is responsible for the overturning of the District of Columbia's gun ban on handguns within the city limits. He's not only responsible for that, but also Heller 2, which overturned the ban on semi-automatic handguns and led to wording within that judgment that you cannot ban firearms that are in common use. So he apparently has struck again, and what has happened here is he's overturned DC's repeal on how much ammunition one can carry on one's person. And this didn't come through the courts. This actually came through the chief of the DC Metro area police department, just basically saying, yeah, let's do an emergency repeal. Because I think he understood the writing was on the wall. If this would go through the courts, they were going to lose. So let's just go ahead and kill this now and not waste taxpayers' money. But I'm going to refer to this article here from The Reload. And as always, there'll be links in the description box below. Titled, DC Repeals Gun Carry Ammo Limit Hands Heller Another Legal Win. For the second time in less than a year, the District of Columbia is amending its gun laws in the face of a legal challenge from Dick Heller. The chief of the DC Metropolitan Police Department on Wednesday adopted an emergency repeal of the city's ban on carrying more than twice the number of rounds of ammunition a licensed individual's gun can hold. My interpretation of this is because DC has a 10-round magazine ban. You can only carry 10 rounds. My interpretation of this would be you'd only be allowed to carry 20 rounds. So your gun holds 10, you can carry 10 more. Somebody knows any differently, please let me know, but that's what it sounds like to me. He did so to head off a looming decision on a possible injunction under the new Bruin standard for reviewing gun cases brought by Heller. Quote, on review of these developments, this regulation, its enforcement history, and in consideration of other regulations that govern and concealed carry licensees, the chief has determined that emergency rulemaking action is prudent and necessary for the immediate preservation of the welfare of district residents and to enable the district to avoid accruing liability for attorney fees in legal challenges. Yeah, we don't want to pay for this guy's legal fees if we lose, which we're more than likely going to. So let's cut this off now. I'm sure him and the mayor had a quick chat about it and said, yeah, this is going to go against us. But the city wrote an illegal filing notifying the court of the change. Heller told The Reload he was unsurprised at the result of his challenge to the district's ammunition limit. Quote, the surprise was the speed at which this complaint was dispelled, he said. Heller called the district's gun restriction arbitrary and irrational and said that they only serve to ensure bad guys can prey on unprotected residents because, the bad guys are not following this rule. The decision will impact all gun owners licensed to carry a firearm in the district by immediately removing the previous 20-round cap that had governed licensed gun owners since the mid-1970s. Licensed gun owners will now be free to carry as much spare ammunition as they wish, provided that it meets the district's other ammunition regulations. I'm not sure what those are, but those ammunition regulations they're talking about here. Be curious to see if Heller's going to bring another suit, but the rule change does not impact the district's 10-round limit on magazine capacity. The rule change also marks yet another legal victory for Heller, the namesake of the Supreme Court's 2008 ruling striking down DC's total ban on handguns. Since achieving legal success in that landmark case, Heller has been on a crusade against many of the district's other gun restrictions. He has now sued DC 5 separate times in an effort to see various gun laws struck down in the court. His latest legal wins against the district have not come from formal legal decisions, but rather out of fear of them. DC enacted the emergency rule, rescinding its gun carry ammunition limit just 2 days before it was due to submit a brief justifying the regulation under the Bruin test. Much like this latest decision, the district voted to amend its ghost gun ban last November at the behest of Attorney General Racine, who hoped to head off an unfavorable ruling. That case, too, was brought forward by Heller. Wow. Heller and his legal team agreed to stay the case until next month following a law change in order to work out a possible settlement with the district. DC Attorney General Racine was not respond to a request for comment. What else could he say? Very interesting. So basically, using the Bruin ruling, the NYSRPA versus Bruin ruling from the Supreme Court, they're now starting to push the envelope and to overturn a lot of the onerous, arbitrary gun restrictions across the DC district. This, of course, will translate across the country because with each ruling, obviously other states like Connecticut that have these restrictions can jump right in on it and use this as precedent to justify their position. Just remember, I did another video where oh gosh, I can't remember the organization's name. I want to say, NAGR filed 5 lawsuits against assault weapons bans and magazine capacity bans. So that is now going through the court. It's kind of it's becoming a squeeze because we have all these positive things happening in the court, but then we have the Democrats, specific Democrats, who are using other methods to try to curtail the Second Amendment, such as using the credit card companies to track gun sales. So we're going to see how this plays out. It's going to be very, very interesting. But this is great news, once again. And I'm hoping that he goes after the magazine ban next, because that helps no one. So at least it doesn't, well, let me be clear. It does not help the law-abiding citizen. Helps criminals because they don't follow it. But hey, good news. And let's hope it keeps coming. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time the video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.